With Season 6 well on its way, with the introduction of the Rytech and the SPR through the last couple seasons, we've noticed that nobody has done an updated or ever done a sniper rifle tier list. I'm Fazeyoko Gaming, and that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. So it only seems fair to mention that I am a sniper by default. This is what I do. I enjoy sniping, some quickscoping, even to long range in Warzone. So I do have a couple credentials. We won't get into that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and find out what those credentials are. Also, subscribe so that you can leave nasty comments, because this one's going to be really controversial, and you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. All I ask is that you please just give me a chance to explain everything before I crap on your favorite sniper rifle gun. Alright, so the first one, the Dragunov. Now, there's a running joke in the Call of Duty sniping community that the Dragunov is the worst gun in every Call of Duty, because when devs nerf guns, they want to make sure they never nerf it down to the range that the Dragunov has. Now, the reason is because the Dragunov has amazing damage, great fire rate, even good reload, but the recoil is so bad that the gun is almost unusable. Anyone that went for platinum on snipers knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's great for core, sure, but for Warzone, the recoil is so bad that unless you're running a script or even something on your controller like a Cronus Max, it's unmanageable as it kicks way, way up. Now, you could put like a VLK, maybe run it as a true DMR, but this is a sniper rifle tier list, and for that, we have to put it in the F tier. What? What the fuck? Please, before you attack me, I can explain. The car is one of my favorite guns. It is the gun that I have the most kills with in Call of Duty for now, because it is a pub stomping champion. The quickscoping is amazing. Now for Warzone, it has decent range if you build it right. It still has a really good ADS speed. The problem is that it doesn't carry that damage for the longer ranges. You're going to have to really start doping your scope unless you want to run a variable zoom, which is going to slow down your ADS time. You also cannot increase the ammo or change the ammo in any way, and when you do put a sniper scope on it, it increases the reload time, excuse me, because it becomes a single loaded instead of a clip, right? If you don't have the sniper scope, you can just pull the clip out, kind of like the M1 carbine or something from the other eras of that time. So if you're talking about sniping in that class, every one of the guns on the below do it a little bit better or a little bit faster. If you're still here after that debacle, amazing. The next one on the list is going to be the SPR in the A tier. Now, it only squeaks out the car by a little bit. I did a video on this. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the description below. But let's be honest, when this gun first came out, you have SS+, you have S+, you have God tier, and then you have should have never, ever, ever, ever been invented ever again or ever at all. And that's because the SPR was completely broken. And it took a fat nerf, and anyone who got their hands on it before really felt the nerf. Anyone who didn't use it is like, I don't really see the big deal. I mean, it's a standard gun. Now, the reason it etches out the car is because you can extend the ammo. You can also put the Lopua ammo, which does increase the range and the damage. Now, this is great, as it almost always breaks armor if it's a neck or chest shot, or in the head, it's an instant down. Of course, so is the car. But the SPR has a little bit higher bullet velocity, which means you don't have to dope the scope or raise it above the head or lead the target, just a little bit less. You still have to lead it, it's not the hit scan that it once was, but she's still great. Now, she doesn't deserve to be an S or S+ because of the nerfs that she took. She's pretty well balanced. You can also take off the sniper scope and use it with a red dot, because you have things like the foregrip and the commando stabilization, stuff like that. So it becomes a little bit more versatile than the car. That's the reason I put it in the A tier. Alright, Blue and I debated this one for at least an hour last night, and I personally think that the AX50 is the next one on the list. It has more range than all these, it has higher damage, and you don't have to take an attachment slot up for a sniper scope, which, by the way, sports a better magnification than all the other sniper rifles at the baseline level without having to use a variable zoom. It's really reliable. I think it's like the Goku of sniper rifles, or the Ryu from Street Fighter. It's like that simple, good protagonist that everyone can pick up and use. It's a great baseline sniper rifle, and I recommend it for the S tier. Okay, this is where it gets tense. The next one on the list is going to be the Rytech. I should probably actually put that like that, which means the HDR is going to be king. But first, let me explain why I think the Right Tech is a little bit better than the AX50 and all the other guns in the class. Yes, you have the thermite and the explosive rounds. Now, this does decrease your range, making it a little bit harder for the longer engagements. But with the nerf of the C4, this still goes through trophy systems, which means you can take out helicopters, you can take out cars or anything else. And it's great to have in your pocket. It does ADS so slow. So I usually do not build a silencer on this gun. I build everything to increase the ADS speed, except the 7 straight barrel to keep the range pretty standard. But that alone, now there's one other thing about it. It is a semi-automatic. It is the improved version of the Dragunov. The recoil is slight, but it's not unmanageable, meaning you can down a whole team without having to rechamber around and pretty much staying on target. So a semi-automatic that's a one-shot from long range and has explosive rounds that can blow up cars through trophy systems, yeah, it has to be S+. It has to be S. It has to be. Okay, I know some people wanted the AX50 to win, and do not get me wrong, that is an amazing gun, but the HDR is almost unmatched in the range that it possesses. If I'm not mistaken, Exclusive Ace, when he did a video, I believe it was the car and the HDR video, don't get me wrong though, you know, don't quote me, but he didn't even build a barrel on it because he said there was no use. The HDR was pretty much as far as it could go. I still build it. I don't build a suppressor on it. You can. This is the only sniper rifle that I build variable zoom on because the range is so great, and I'm comfortable that it has virtually no bullet drop. Now, you do have to leave the target still because of the bullet velocity and, you know, the mechanics of the game. But as far as range itself, you very seldom, unless you're taking a shot 6, 7, 8, 9 to 1,000 meters, have to put it anything above the tip top of their head. And it's always 100% accurate. I love the default reticle that it has. For me, this is the reason it's going to be SS tier above every other gun in the category. It has amazing range. You can put a fat mag on it, and you can just chill out and snipe people up from the top rooftops. So what do you think? You hate me yet? Well, I'm sorry if you do. I would love to hear about it in the comments section down below. I love you guys if you made it to the end of the video. And as always, guys, stay fierce.